Hello, welcome back to my vlog. I am sorry I haven't posted that much recently. As you can see from the pictures that were just on just before I started, you can see there isn't much change at the moment, which it's a long road, it's taken a bit of time, but the growth is slowly coming and I keep being told to be patient, which is really not easy, especially when you're me who wants everything yesterday. But yeah, no, I am seeing some changes now, and I am really happy with what's coming. So if I come up closely now, you can see that it is slightly red at the front and a little bit swollen. That is because yesterday I had my first session of PRP. You can see there I've got a couple of grey hairs coming through, but it is starting to come. If I put this paper behind, you can see there it's looking quite fluffy at the moment, but it is coming just slowly. I'm now 9.5 weeks in. So I was in touch with Dr. Joy at the Liverpool Skin and Hair Transplant Centre, and she advised that now was the appropriate time for the PRP session, which is platelet-rich plasma therapy. And basically, I went in yesterday. I was probably only there for about an hour in total, and most of that was spent chatting. But she took 30 mils of blood just from my arm, spun it down in a centrifuge. I've got a picture of the setup as well, which you'll see just after this. And what we just sat there, had a quick chat and catch up for 5 minutes whilst the blood span down. And then when she removed the blood from the centrifuge, the red blood cells sit at the bottom of the tube, and then you've got the platelet-rich plasma to the top. And that is really, really good for helping heal things. It helps speed up the follicle growth. And what Joy did then, she numbed my forehead all the way across there, and actually about there as well, because she gave it me on the full top of my scalp. And then there was lots of injections of the plasma into my head. Now, it didn't last long at all. I was again a little bit nervous about the anaesthetic, and yeah, it stung, but it would, you know what, it was over and done with within seconds, so it really wasn't bad. And you know, obviously the amount of anaesthetic that was used was nowhere near what was used on the actual transplant day, and that's just me being a bit of a wuss. So there's a lot of people out there that say that they don't feel the injections, but you know, I was very relaxed. With the adrenaline that's in the local anaesthetic, I did start to feel my heart go a little bit, which is just completely normal with the type of anaesthetic used. So I didn't feel any pain at all during the injections of the plasma. I could hear it in your scalp again, which is a real funny sound. But yeah, there was just lots of injections through and through, and she injected the full, well, it's just short of 30 mils, I think, by the time the red blood cells have sat at the bottom. So that is designed to help waken your follicles up and speed up the growth. Now, although I've not seen any scientific papers on it, people do report that the hair does grow a lot faster following PRP treatment. So it'll be quite interesting to see. I think over the next month I'll expect a little bit more growth. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So my routine hasn't really changed since my last video. You know, like I said, I'm 9.5 weeks in now. The growth is slow, but it is coming. So normally I do cut my own hair just the back and sides and this bit at the back where I've not had any follicles implanted, just to keep it tidy. I'm still wearing caps all the time when I'm out and about, whether that be work or, you know, out with the dogs or going out for food, anything like that. Mainly because I just think it looks a bit rubbish at the moment. But also, you know, I don't want the sun to damage the growth at all, which I believe is possible. So yeah, I'm still washing it with Baby Johnson's baby shampoo, which is really nice and mild, and it's supposed to be really good for your scalp. Now, what I do tend to find is occasionally I do get a little bit of dandruff, and so as I mentioned before in a previous video, I'm using this Nizoral shampoo, which was just off Amazon. I think it was £8 for two, maybe £10 for two little bottles. It is tiny. I expected it to be a lot bigger, but yeah, I just use that once a week, and when I get in the shower I kind of make it, put a small amount on my hands, lather it up and leave that on for a few minutes whilst I wash and then shower my head off. I'm still not using overly hot water to shower my scalp in, just because I don't want that to cause any damage. After my shower, I am still using Regain. Now, I was using it twice a day, and it recommends to use twice a day. However, what I was finding is it was drying my scalp out quite a bit, and with that causing it to itch. So I've just gone down to once a day with that. Now, I'll see, I might try it again twice at some point, but at the moment, I'm quite happy with how it's going. And the reviews on this are really good. You know, it does say that you can increase your hair growth by 40%. So it'd be quite, it's been quite silly of me not to use it, to be quite fair. I'm still taking my finasteride, 1 milligram once a day. Usually take that in the morning. I've still, touch wood, not had any side effects from it whatsoever. As I've said previously, you can have a look on the internet and you can be terrified into not using it, because people experience a range of side effects which aren't very nice, but I genuinely feel I've not experienced any. So whether I've been quite lucky, but I've spoken to quite a few people as well who've taken the drug over years, and they've not experienced anything either. But then I guess if you look for something hard enough on the internet, you will find it. So yeah, like I said, my routine hasn't really changed. So I mean, I've obviously talking to Joy yesterday, she's really happy with how it's coming at the moment, and she said this is exactly where she'd expect. If I can come up really close, you can see the little, it's not really focusing, the little stubble coming through. It's a bit thicker over there at the moment. So yeah, she's really happy, which then means I'm really happy. Today my head feels a little bit, I'm going to say bruised. It's not overly painful, but I did notice that, well, when I've been laughing or if, you know, I've touched my head just genuinely, then what I've found is I have felt a little bit of tenderness, and obviously that's just from the trauma yesterday of the needles, which again is completely normal, and that will just tend to go in the next couple of days, I would have thought. So yeah, I think what I'll do now is I'll add a picture just to show you the setup at the clinic yesterday for the PRP treatment. And I have been advised that probably I'll have another session in about 3 months' time. And then I have noticed that some people do go back, you know, a year or maybe at 18 months and have another session. And I think that's just to give it another kick start. So yeah, so far so good. Really happy with what's going on. I cannot wait to experience a little bit more growth, see what it looks like. But yeah, for coming up 10 weeks, I am really chuffed. Keep on with the questions, whether that be over YouTube or on Instagram at Benjamin Scott Gardner. It might take me a little while to reply, but I'm still more than happy to answer any questions, as obviously are the clinic, if you do want to speak to them. But yeah, I will check in with you again soon. Thank you.